Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street EnergyWeb Foundation video here, EWT on the exchange. Guys, this is one of my favorite projects, technologies, foundations, whatever you want to call it, within my portfolio. There is a multitude of reasons behind this. Go and check out our intro videos and any of the topic videos that we discuss around energy in general. EnergyWeb is always popping up on this. Before we go into a bit more detail, do make sure you check out the other videos on the channel. And of course, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button. Thanks very much for doing so. Guys, EWT, right, let's get into this. For me, right now, this topic's of interest. There's a big event coming up in the next week or so called ENLIT, E-N-I-L-I-T, World. EnergyWeb Foundation are a gold partner sponsor of this event, as well as having presence and a stand at this event too, alongside a multitude, massive companies in the energy sector and generally technology as well. Of course, most of these actually are already partners of EnergyWeb. So don't be surprised around this time to see potential price fluctuation, which usually happens around these kind of events, but also potentially some announcements of new partnerships over the next few weeks as well. So there's a couple of things to look out for with EWT's price movements potentially, and also recognition and awareness of this particular technology and project moving forward as it develops further partnerships. This is really cool. One other thing I wanted to mention also as well, they did announce this actually on Twitter. I didn't do the video the other day, unfortunately, but I've just got around to doing it. But of course, EnergyWeb very heavily involved with the European Commission here, of course interlaced as well with the likes of the World Economic Forum in terms of conversation, resource, and certainly from an advisory level as well, of how they're trying to build the new decentralized Web3 space for the energy sector, carbon trading, carbon credits, the ability for traditional users like ourselves, residential users, as well as commercial users, being able to become prosumers, meaning that any excess energy that we have, we can put back into the system and sell and make money off it. But slightly different to previous examples of things like putting back into the national grid and what happened like 10, 12 years ago with all the crazy carbon credit situation that went on. This is going to be more transparent, more clean, certainly faster and more efficient in some ways as well, and potentially encourage better economics and better energy consumption and usage for everyone. Okay, so one of the main reasons, as I said, the reason I like EnergyWeb Foundation is because of its massive partnerships. It's hugely interlaced with a lot of the big energy oil companies, for example, already trying to influence those areas, and a huge area as well of various different renewable energy resources as well as technologies out there too. So of course, like Siemens, for example, are at this event. They're a huge partner of EnergyWeb Foundation for a few years now. But of course, Siemens do a multitude of things. They're not just the old mobile phones. They do all sorts of crazy. They even do like traffic lights. Do you know that? Absolutely crazy. So yeah, loads of really big things about EnergyWeb, and I'm particularly interested with its integration with the likes of European Commission, who have their own blockchain board right now, devising the technologies that will move forward with. I think there was a big list about a year or so ago of well over like 100 blockchain companies. It was drilled down to like 20 odd, and now it's down to like 7 or 8 now. I know IOTA's, I believe, one of them, and I know EnergyWeb is one as well. So you can see the pattern and the path that's coming alongside this as well. Other things to mention as well, when we look at the World Economic Forum page here, of course it interlaces a few of the mother companies. We've got here Grid Singularity and also Rocky Mountain Institute as well. So two big companies that came together to also create the EnergyWeb Foundation system. This isn't coincidence, guys. This is part of the plan, the part of the integration process over the next few years and over the next decade or so. We're talking about everything, guys. EV cars, our energy consumption in general, oil, gas, fuel, aviation, which we'll come on to in a second. This is huge as well. But look at this. Through Grid Singularity, there are already multiple simulations occurring through the Web3 aspect of exporting and importing energy, and through the aspect of utilizing, as I said, Web3 technology. It's absolutely brilliant to see this expansion, and this will probably grow more and more. So let's keep an eye on this. I'll probably review this in a couple of months. So it looks like 552 so far simulations worldwide. It was quite amazing, really. And it's quite a really cool website, actually. It's got all the weird addresses and stuff. You might be able to look at all of these. Yeah, very interesting actually that they've put those on there. So I'm going to have a look at that in a bit more detail, maybe even speak to the companies directly and say, hey guys, how are you using this? What are you using it for? But this big piece of news here, RMI, so this is the Rocky Mountain Institution, again, a big part of the aspect of EnergyWeb Foundation, huge organization, huge. Big interlacing with the likes of UN, United Nations, World Economic Forum, and many other huge organizations worldwide as well. And it all interlaces, as I mentioned, guys. This is why I'm so excited about the energy sector, and particularly with blockchain technology that's coming to help us move forwards as humanity. RMI partners. So, by the way, RMI, of course, one of the founding members of EnergyWeb. So, this particular partnership is relating to this, building sustainable aviation fuel certificate registry. Now, they're already working on registry certifications with general energy consumption and usage, brokering, transparency, all this cool stuff. But this is the first time I've seen proper aspects towards aviation. Of course, aviation is thousands upon thousands of flights per day. Of course, they have reduced significantly over the last couple of years. Debatable what kind of trial that was, but certainly remember the skies were very nice and blue for at least 6 months, and it was quite nice to see. However, since then there is the dramatic drop in flights and usage for various reasons. But the SAF certificate registry will help drive the market towards high quality fuel by providing detailed data on the environmental quality and associated certifications of each gallon of SAF. As a result, aviation customers will be able to choose a truly sustainable solution. Now, a lot of the flight companies out there at the moment, like EasyJet, for example, do have mechanisms in there showing you how much CO2 you save based on which flights you take. But there's still not enough transparency of like, where has this fuel come from? How much is it costing? And how much is it actually costing us? And how much of this flight is based on tax? How much is the flight based on duty? How much is the flight actually based on the flight itself? And it's quite amazing if you break down these costs and look into intricate detail where your money is actually going for the flight cost. Most minimal cost is actually the cost of the company and the flight itself. Is quite crazy, really. But this will help through aviation of various aspects, including potentially military as well. So this helps from an economic perspective, and taxpayers seeing potentially a reduction in defense bills and things like this. We'll have to see. But yes, here's the announcement, which is also on Twitter right now as well, through EnergyWeb on the 18th. I think this article was a couple of days before that, I'm not sure. So it's really good to see this development. So again, another mechanism, another path that EnergyWeb can go down to encourage a new way of life and usage of energy, whatever that may be in terms of its sector and what kind of fuel and energy it is. So really exciting to see the development of this. The SAFC registry is expected to go live in mid-2023. And this is obviously something they've been working on for some time. I'd be amazed if they just switched it on within 6 months of just talking and announcing about it. But as I said, keep an eye on these events, guys, because there is a reason why they all attend these kind of events, for great networking, good, obviously, publicity and stuff like this. But there will be more partnerships for sure as we integrate more conversation around climate change, around all these things. AI, we've talked about this in previous videos. AI, machine learning, data algorithm, all our decisions and our behaviors being based on things around us, based on data. Here, the EnergyWeb ecosystem comprises leading utilities, renewable energy developers, grid operators, corporate energy buyers, automotive, IoT, Internet of Things, telecommunications leaders, and more. Guys, EnergyWeb is a phenomenal diamond gem. As I said, keep an eye between the 29th of November and the 1st of December. Hopefully there'll be some videos or some more information that comes out during the event. I can't attend Frankfurt, unfortunately, for this one. I might try still, but I don't think I can make that one. But for sure, guys, keep an eye on motives around this. Guys, let's go into the chart of EWT as well, because this is one that always fascinates me. It's got a relatively higher value compared to most crypto assets out there. There was a huge reduction back here in June and July, which I took massive advantage of. Absolutely pleased with that mechanism, and I did take advantage as well of this 15th 16th of November area as well at $3. However, right now we've had a bit of an increase in price. This has probably come from the back of RMI, people getting more and more understanding about how the energy sector is being influenced by blockchain and what companies and projects are really being the influencers in this sector. EnergyWeb is a huge one of these. So it's no surprise. There's obviously going to be a bit of a wave pattern here as the news dies down, but I do anticipate around that event time at the end of the month, some more accumulation. Don't forget also this week was also another energy event where the likes of Power Ledger and a few others were as well. I think we covered that in a previous video. So there's a bit of a mixture there, and again proving the point that obviously an announcement was made there too. So no doubt in this NLIT one, or ONLIT, however it's said, there will be some significant partnerships and networking going on, not just with EnergyWeb, but across the board of all the partners. Definitely worth going on the website, researching if there's any other ones there that are in the blockchain space as well. So right now, patterning ourselves up towards this $4 mark, seeing a bit of resistance, which is understandable. We have had in recent couple of months of October, for this instance, up to $5. So we'll see how this pattern goes, but for sure right now, I've got some more buy orders back down at these lower regions. The reason being, if we look at the historic data, this gives a good indication of where we potentially are looking to try and get new support lines. There's this big uptake here in August and throughout the beginning of September, but still showing that roughly around this red mark on the fib long-term retracement is an area of a bit of a barrier really on the way up and also on the way down. So we've seen this for at least for the last few months on 1, 2, 3, 4 separate bigger occasions. So I'm anticipating in my mind that yes, EnergyWeb is still going to build momentum and awareness, and for sure it will have a waved fluctuation pattern in my opinion, but I am still looking for lower regions, and that is where I will put the purchase area just under the 350 mark, but still monitoring closely for any manual positions that come across in the next few days, particularly if this stabilizes around this 368 mark or above. So let's keep an eye on that for sure. The sell-off patterns have decreased a lot. As I said, the announcements have come out and partnerships and things like this, which is great. The MACD has switched over quite significantly and rapidly in the space of only 4 or 5 days. So we just got to be cautious that flip around is quite quick. But it is going in a positive momentum. On the RSI, we're seeing 50 on the 14-day and 49 on the 28-day. This is very much in the middle, so I tend to stay clear of this just for now until we see a bit more stability. If it starts coming back down, as we saw a few days ago, back down to the 40 marks, absolutely we'll be looking at manual positions. And if, of course, we do have a significant drop because maybe profit taking and more macro events and things like this, and it comes under those 40 marks, particularly on the 14-day to around 35, 38, brilliant. I will be for sure anticipating those as well, but that's probably going to be happening if we do see that sort of 350 mark come in. We'll have to see how it goes. The reactive news has made so far a 19% increase on the week, which is fantastic to see. The 1 month and the 3 month are still in negative, but the 6 months is looking very strong. And actually there aren't many assets that can boast an under 70%, minus 70% that is, on a year-to-date and year spectrum as well. So this project is showing confidence and it's showing some fantastic integrity as an asset, but also more importantly as a utility in the real world. Guys, there's time still left, of course. Don't think that because it's $3 it's significantly out of reach. I do anticipate that there's a lot more still availability for EWT to accumulate, and for sure, my honest opinion, in the next few years, whether that's by 2025 or by 2030, I do anticipate this to be at least a $150, $200 token asset, honestly, because you have to understand the industry, the sector that it's in, the energy aspect of the world. We're talking about trillions of dollars here. And if blockchain can integrate and projects like this that are heavily involved and heavily advanced stages already, this is where I feel most confident with in terms of an asset holding. Guys, let us know what you think about EWT. Are you holding this one? Have you been buying in the lower regions as we've just shown on the chart? Let us know. This is a phenomenal project and topic. There are many others as well. We cover Power Ledger, we cover a few others as well. IOTA are even talking more and more about energy aspects of blockchain too. And there are a few in the list that we don't even cover. But if there's one that you guys want us to cover that's related to energy sector, do shout them out in the comments and we will get some videos and research done on those as well. I'm going to leave that there. This is a great topic. I love talking about it all day. But guys, got a few more videos to do later today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you indeed in the next EnergyWeb Foundation /EWT video. Bye-bye.